What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy and welcome back to a brand new video of the preview late on Friday. It's been a busy week. We've had a midweek game week and I didn't prepare ahead, so yeah, I was doing my preparation on Thursday. Didn't get time to record it on Thursday, so alas, I recorded it after I got home from work on Friday. Hopefully not too late for release time, but who knows. You'll know because you're watching it, but I won't know. I will know, but not right now. Anyway, we've got fancy toe, we've got goalkeepers, defenders, fielders and strikers, your usual stuff. Let's just hit the road with the goalkeepers. The four goalkeepers we have for you today: Ederson from Manchester City, Adrian from West Ham, we've got Kurtyoy down the bottom for Chelsea, and of course the man David De Gea for Manchester United. Ederson at 5.6 now. Probably not the best shot-stopping goalkeeper in the world. He does a lot for attacking though. His passing play is brilliant. The ideal Pep goalkeeper, barring Neuer, because obviously Neuer's not going to leave Bayern. Ederson's a fantastic pick for this week. I think at least, you know, Burnley will come in and try and defend out, get a draw. Don't think they'll get a goal, so I think Ederson could be a good pick. Adrian for the cheaper option, away against Brighton. I do see that being quite the ball draw. If not, I think West Ham might nick it, albeit they're not got, you know, too many first team players. They're injured all over the park. But I do think, and I've spoken to my mate about this a lot, I do think Jordan Hugill, on a separate note, is going to be their Ashley Barnes type character. Not your stereotypical goal scoring striker. He'll get his fair share of goals this season. I say at least 6 for this coming half season. Moving on, we've got two big price goalkeepers again. We've got De Gea and we've got Kurtyoy. De Gea coming in for Manchester United, home against Huddersfield, couple of goals to nil. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Huddersfield's bad run continues. And Kurtyoy for Chelsea, that was 3-0 at home to Bournemouth. Insane. Absolutely insane. Away against Watford, they have some serious demons to put to bed, and I think a win to nil is definitely on the cards for Chelsea. So moving on now to the dream team from Fantasy Toast, where you pick 11 players, like you do a normal FPL, and put money behind it. Genius idea. I've gone with Ederson in goal, a back four of Laporte, Maguire, Monreal and Jones. I've got Walcott, Hazard, Eriksen and Ozil in midfield, with Kane and Wilson up top. Now, it's a very interesting team. You've got your mixture of why haven't you included them and why have you included them, i.e. you're looking at your Maguire there, you're looking at your Wilson as why have you included them, maybe even Walcott as well, but why haven't you included them? Sterling, Aguero, those sort of picks. Well, I'm confident in this team. I think Kane potentially could have left for Aguero, but I do see Spurs scoring a couple against a rather weak-looking Liverpool defence, and I think Kane will bully them about. In the reverse fixture, he did himself quite a few favours with FPL players. You've also got Wilson, home against Stoke, improving, but trotting along. And I do think Wilson will improve on his performance against Chelsea, getting more attacking returns than he did then. And you've also got your Ederson and Laporte at the back. I think Laporte's a fantastic option. I'll go into detail on him next. Monreal, because he can't stop scoring this season. 4 goals. I would like to remind you, though, with Monreal, the most he's ever scored in a season for Arsenal in the league is 1. And that was his first season. This is the first time since his first season he's actually scored, so bear that in mind. He's not a proven goal scorer from the back, and the most he's got before this in assist wise is 3 assists, so do bear that in mind for the rest of the season, although it could be finally adding that to his game. But my team in general is looking really strong, and I do think it can do the job at the weekend. Moving on to the defenders, we've got Jones, Maguire, Laporte, Ogbonna, Daniels and Rudiger, starting off with Phil Jones of Manchester United. Poor game week last week, I think everyone can admit that, including himself. But I do think Phil Jones is not one to be disembarked immediately. It was one bad game week, and he's at home to Huddersfield. You'd think a clean sheet, hopefully. Now it's going to be a 3-0 win to Huddersfield, and I'm going to look like a dick. Either way, Jones is a good pick, no matter what the result is, because he'll score a hat-trick. Not quite, but he'll get a clean sheet, basically, is what I'm trying to say. You also got Maguire at 5.5. I think at home to Swansea could be a good game for Leicester, a clean sheet, maybe a couple of goals as well, and Maguire maybe getting on the actions he has done a couple of times this season. Laporte at 5.5 I think is a fantastic option, because If all defenders are fit, I do think their best pairing at the back is Otamendi and Laporte. Company's behind them, then Stones if Laporte is unavailable. And Laporte, I think, is 5.5 a bargain for this season. Man City won't get as many clean sheets as people may think, but the clean sheets they do get, it'll be above the average, worth 5.5, and a good player to bring in nonetheless. I've got a problem with Christensen, as does everyone, so that's a good option. Bonner at 4.5, I just said it before, West Ham, I think I'll get a clean sheet there. Daniels at 4.7, Bournemouth looking to get a clean sheet and a win. If not, attacking returns for Daniels could be vital. We've also got Rudiger at the back. Of course, Christensen's injured. There is doubts about a couple of players. I think Rudiger is the only one certain to start, unless you want to spend upwards of 7 million for Azpilicueta and Lonzo respectively. Moving on to the Fancy Tote 5-a-side, where you pick a featured fixture, you get 5 players, 3 from one team, 2 from the other, and you see who makes the best dream team out of a 5-a-side, effectively. I'm bad at describing things, but I've gone for Liverpool versus Tottenham ahead of the other 2 games because it's a big game for big hitters at the top that potentially could be missing out on some top 4 football. I've got basically what I think is the best team. Lloris in goal, you've got Trippier for the defender, Eriksen, Salah in field with Firmino up front. Granted, I have Kane in my dream team. That sort of swayed me to pick Firmino because I do feel like hopefully one of them's going to do well. So that's the reason why I've gone for it. I'm more confident in Kane, but also I didn't want to really put a Liverpool goalkeeper or a defender in and lose Eriksen, so there's also that to it. So I think it's a pretty decent side. Fingers crossed the risk without Kane won't come back to hurt me. Next up we have the midfielders. We've got Walcott from Everton, Sterling from Man City, Eriksen from Tottenham. We've got the Joker with FPL Hazard from Chelsea. We've got Ozil from Arsenal and Jordan Ibe from Bournemouth. Bit of a price difference there, but I'll get on to him in a sec. Walcott had a really good start, 2 games in the Premier League. He's got an assist in one and 2 goals in the other. Definitely worth consideration to bring in your team. You also got Sterling at 8.9, attacking returns left, right and centre, and I do think Man City will get maybe a couple of goals. It'll be a tough game against Burnley, I don't think there'll be many, but Sterling is one to make them happen, and he will do that at the weekend. We've also got Eriksen there. He's had a decent run of form, and I feel like I'll continue against Liverpool. He's sort of passing enough to open up any defence, but a weakened defence and not the best defence, Eriksen will find really nice and easy and beautiful, effectively. Don't know why I said that. Hazard's a weird one, but I do feel like everyone has something to prove. Losing 3-0 at home to a team that will be in and around the bottom half of the table is not something reigning champions do, and I think Hazard is going to be one to unlock the defence of Watford, and I think you should watch out because it could be a devastating show. That's all I'm saying. Ozil as well. I was tempted to put Mkhitaryan, but I do think Ozil, now he's signed a new contract, secured his stability, means he's, I think we'll see better form from him now because his mind is set on one place, and against Everton, the last time they played was 5-2. So hopefully a few assists in there for him at least. And Jordan Ibe, this season he's sort of coming into his own. Scored his first goal. He's got a couple of assists as well. So I do feel like Jordan Ibe could be a good bet at 4.8 million. Who can say no? And for the last bit of fancy tote action, we've got star club and star player. Hazard as a star player, Chelsea's a star club. Simply because, like I say, they've got demons to put to bed, and they've got critics to silence after their 3-0 defeat. I do think Hazard will run the show, and Chelsea will get a couple of goals to nil, and they'll easily breeze through to become a star club. No more needs to be said, let's move on. And finally we have the attackers. I think I've waffled on quite a bit, so let's speed run it. Kane, Benteke, Vardy, Wilson and Ayew from Swansea, because he's the only Ayew that's a striker. Should be a decent pick. We've got Kane at 12.9. I think Kane exit 2.0 has happened. No people happy with him, but it's a weakened Liverpool defence, and I do think Kane will score at least 1 goal, if not more, this weekend. As I almost contained it for now, but hopefully get this done quickly. Benteke is a weird choice, but Crystal Palace this weekend haven't really had much of a mention from anyone, except for the fact they're playing a real out of sorts Newcastle. That's the reason I do think Benteke could be definitely one to watch. We've also got Vardy. Mahrez is gone, well, missing, put it that way. But Vardy's pace, I think, will be enough to break down Swansea, at least get him some attacking returns. You've got Wilson looking to build on his good performance at the bridge, and we'll probably get some attacking returns this game week. And Ayew as well, had a really, really good run, and I think now is the time to start bringing him in at £5.3 million to free up money elsewhere, and also give you a decent striker pulling off decent attacking returns. And that happens to be that for this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below what you're doing with your team and if you're doing anything on Fantasy Tote. Let me know all of that, and as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Stay pretty. Trying a mainstream outro thing they could say, but yeah, adios.